Hey guys, it's your homeboy, the one only Great Dane, back with a new season of Brawl Stars. It has been quite a while, so I don't actually remember which season this is. It's weird that it still has the Christmas loading screen after like a few months. I've been seeing quite a few ho-ho bows though.
Some snake oil extract.
I'm actually really excited for this season. I love the retro gaming aspect, especially in music, so please tell me last season was Brawlywood. I'm hoping I'm not that out of touch. Okay, good. So, as always, I'll try to do a quick overview of what I think of the last season and compare it to the new season. I feel like I'm going to be kind of biased on this though, honestly. I know a lot of people have been very hyped for Fang because he just looks like he's going to be a lot of fun to play as a character.
Oh, you got Fang!
I haven't even seen the Brawl Pass exclusive. Yeah, this kind of reminds me of like one of the Super Saiyans for this style right here. So as always, they give you your like bonus quests as you start the new season. Let's see, I guess I might as well.
Challenge accepted.
I really like that they have this little like animation thing as you start. It's just more hype for the battle pass, or brawl pass I guess you call it. Let's get right into that. So I'm wondering if there's any exclusive animation for Major Rosa here.
Rosa is my name, Botany's my game.
No exclusive animation, but it does look a lot cooler. I'm guessing it probably has exclusive effects. At least for like the punches or something. So while I'm looking over this quick, I'll give you my thoughts on the last season. So quite a bit has gone on. I liked all the skins and stuff from last season. The biggest thing that happened last season was club leagues and the addition of the gadgets, if I remember. No, it might not be called gadgets. I forget exactly what they're called, but I know everyone knows what I'm talking about. Gears, yeah, that's what it is. So the gear tokens is a huge change. It always seems like really insignificant when you're just playing through against other people, but especially it's the most noticeable in solo showdown when you're playing against other people of like the same character and they're just slightly better like health or speed than you. I think the most annoying gears to go against are the speed push one and the additional shields one, because it's literally just free health and speed, and it applies to every character and there's nothing really you can do about it. Like, it bothers me that certain tokens like the reduction of stuns and poison and fire and all that one, it's like very circumstantial, because it either can be very beneficial or have no benefits whatsoever. Whoa, what the heck? What the heck is this Orochi Edgar skin? Correct me if I'm wrong, but this literally looks like the new Undertale Big Shot character. I still haven't even like watched any playthroughs on that game, but it really does look like him. With the like yellow eyes and very pale skin. They're all really cool looking skins. I'm also a pretty big fan of fighter games. You'll know if you've watched my streams on like Street Fighter. It's just something I wanted to try for quite a while, and I might do a stream on I think it's like Marvel vs. Capcom or something. Like, I already have it, I just haven't had time. That's what I planned to do over Christmas break, but I was just busy. So let's get our standard look at the Brawl Pass. So 70 tiers. I'm guessing this is going to be the same as the new remodeled rework they're using on the 70 tiers, where they have the rewards every tier. It's a little less on each, but overall it ends up being more. So to prove that, usually what I'll do is I'll go to a random one and see if it's exactly the same. So let's see if 46 is 125 Brawl tokens. Hey, what do you know? I don't know why I have so much fun doing that, but you can literally see that it's such an exact remodel of the last season, which is both reassuring and a little, like, I don't want to say like lazy on their part, but I don't know. It's just nice to know that not much has changed other than the exclusive characters and pins. So you're always getting that same value. So usually my opinion on the whole season isn't going to change that much. Usually it's always just if you play a lot, you're getting a good benefit out of this. And I definitely think this is a good one just for this character. I'm going to try him in a second here. So from my understanding, he's going to be like El Primo, kind of with like Bull's Run attack. Yeah, so he has pretty significant damage. Okay, this is exactly what I thought it was going to be. So essentially he has like Meg's shot at range. It does like barely any damage whatsoever. But then his up close is kind of like Edgar's damage without healing, I guess. And he's got like the bull charge here, but from what I've heard it does like chain attacks. So this is going to be really interesting. What on earth? Despite the look of his attack, he can't hit through objects, which is very interesting. He doesn't have that area damage. He does have that range though. So, and his max chain is 4, it would seem. I think it might also depend on how close you are when you do it. No, I think it's just 4. But to be fair, you're never going to be fighting more than 4 characters in a regular match anyway, so I don't think that's like a big deal. Yeah, so you can, if you have all 3 of your opponent's teams here, you can make a lot of like combo damage here. And if he really moves that fast, it looks like he's going to be pretty hard to stop. Yeah, it looks like you can just keep spamming a super if you're on all 3 of them. That's going to be really interesting. Plus he's just got that like boot damage, so unlike Primo or Edgar, you don't have to worry too much about being at range. How far does that boot go? So that's like standard medium range. It's not like trying to think of a character that's close to me, like Colonel Ruffs without the bounce kind of range. It's decent enough. Let me see if you go at max range if you still get that chain. I think you do. Yeah, you do, so it doesn't depend on range. Yes, this is gonna be a really fun character to play, I can already tell. Yeah, so again, I'm biased just because I like fighter games and retro, and this is literally both of those into one thing. Oh, so I don't know if I really gave my opinion on last season, but essentially they got rid of golden tickets, which was just a mess in the first place. I completely agreed with Kairo's time on that. I only watched like some of his videos, but that was one I just had to watch because it's like, why? Because you can initially see what they're going for too. Like, you want the golden tickets because if you get a team that sucks, you want to retry because you want to do good for your club, right? But then if the golden tickets cost too much, then you're just giving benefits to those who actually pay money for the game. So they make them cost a lot less. But then they cost so little that they're basically free at this point. So then it's just biased against clans that have team members who aren't that active. So they're always going to lose if they don't have a bunch of active members. Because you have, like, say these 20 members that are always active using golden tickets versus like a 50 always using golden tickets. It's horribly unbalanced. So I'm glad those are finally gone, even though it still does suck to get a horrible team and there's just nothing you can do about it. but it's just better. And again, as someone who mainly plays Solo Showdown, I was sad to see that they switched it out, Solo Showdown Plus, for duels. I've played duels, it's alright. I feel like there's always going to be some characters that just absolutely destroy other characters regardless of skill, especially if you have certain gadgets, I'm still calling them gadgets, certain gears, like the speed one on certain like maps with like a lot of bushes or something, and you're just playing like Edgar, you're just gonna destroy someone who's wacky enough to use an all-thrower team or something, you know? So I don't necessarily agree too much with duels. I think it is a fun mode, I just don't like that way in terms of gaining trophies. I definitely preferred Solo Showdown Plus. And then I have been playing quite a bit of Cavern just because the trophy reset. I've been trying to get those trophies back out, and it's so annoying because I say you're playing someone like Bo, and then as you guys can see, I haven't put a whole lot of. I've only spent like the club tokens on this, which I know is probably kind of dumb, but I don't really care too much for not getting like the exclusive skins, so I just do that anyway first, and then I try to decide on what the best value is for that. But so far that's pretty much all I've spent the club tokens on, and I decided to have Shelly be the first character that I upgrade all the way just because she was the starter. I don't know if it was the best decision in terms of Solo Showdown ranking, but I think the shield is always the best one to start with. I could get other ones, but I don't want to. I'm gonna try to save them for characters I might be better with. And yeah, it's just really hard because I have Bo here without the speed. I have Circling Eagle, so I can see 150% longer in bushes, which is usually really good on a map like Cavern Churn. But when you have a bull that has, I don't even know how. He's already fast. He's already faster than Bo. I'm trying to see exactly how fast. I want to say it goes up to 35% or something. It might only be 5% per upgrade. I'm not exactly sure. But just having, even if it's 25% faster, he's already faster than Bo. He comes into his Circling Eagle range and I can see him, but he's so fast there's no time to react whatsoever, and it's just the worst feeling ever. And I don't even feel like I can go into the bushes with Bo of all characters, just because this gear is so broken on this map. So I do feel that there's a lot to be gained from gears, but it's so much harder for those of us that don't have them, or we're not in a good club where we can get club tokens to get those benefits of the club leagues. So a lot of pluses and minuses here. It's great if you have them, but it's horrible if you don't. So I do look forward to this new season. I do think the Brawl Pass is worth it. It's definitely worth it to me, just again because of my bias here. But I don't know, I'm gonna have to experiment myself when I actually get the gears to really give my opinion on it. But again, as someone who is playing against them a lot and not actually having them, it's just a horrible feeling. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this is an in-depth enough review. One last thing I want to do is look at Major Rosa, actually. I'm interested to see if she has custom effects. Hopefully that'll give you guys a better idea. I'm actually glad because I didn't have any Rosa skin before this. This Rosa skin reminds me a lot like Cammy.
Hello.
Oh yeah, that. What is that? Yeah, it's like the same Thorny Fists, but they're digitalized. Okay, let's see what the super looks like. Oh, that is nice. Yeah, that's a really nice original effect for Rosa here. I'm definitely going to enjoy using this one a lot more than the actual skin. Just the like fake force field and the hat. I think it's hilarious just because obviously the hat wouldn't give her the initial shield that the plant would, so they just add a fake shield anyway, or a virtual shield. Oh, I think, actually, I'm glad I have this equipped. I think that is different. Usually when you use the, I forget exactly what this gadget's called. I think it's like Violent Bushes or something. It usually turns them blue. I think this one has like a slight yellow flash for a second. Yeah, it's there for just barely a second. It does turn blue, but it has like that yellow effect, and I'm wondering if that is unique to this character. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. I'll get a quick look at the other version of Fang too, who is exclusive to the season, and then I think I'll end off the episode.
Can I kick it? Woo! Pop and chop. Can I kick it?
Just barely out of range. Okay. Besides just looking more Super Saiyan-like, yeah, he has kind of like this cloud effects. Yeah, it's a lot more like Goku or something. I don't care too much more for this skin than the original. I think the best thing in this is probably going to be the Major Rosa skin, in my opinion, for exclusivity. I haven't actually even looked at the new, I want to say Power League. Yeah, here we are. Because there's going to be an exclusive skin for this too. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's a really exclusive, like original bear for Nita. I think that's what's so great about Nita is you can really just shove in anything. I feel like if you can come up with a design for it. And they kind of show that off too with the creator concepts, which I think OJ did a video on. And it's always hilarious because you know someone's always going to troll putting like the egg characters or some nonsense. But yeah, I'm really liking the skins in this season and the music and the whole vibes. I've technically already played a bit of like the maps because the duels mode is technically meant for this season, but it was out like a month ago for some reason, just because they wanted to get people's feelings on it, I guess. So yeah, I'm really liking this. They got like the virtual bushes and all that jazz. I'll try to link the video Supercell posted on like the trailer this season, I guess. I think it gives you a good idea of why it's like this. It's like the game characters being like sucked into a game or like 8-bits arcade cabinet or something. But yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy this a lot. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I know I can't always give like the most specific in-depth reviews as maybe like Kairos or something, but you know, I think it's a lot of fun. I'm surprised to see like the last one got like 200 views, so clearly someone cares about my opinion. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this, make sure to leave a like. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more content like this or other content like other gaming streams. So as always, have a great day guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.